Hey everybody, John here from IncomeMesh.com, and in this video I'm going to talk about YouTube hosting your videos and if it can be used for premium video content like your paid online courses, and I'll actually give you a tool that might make it the way to go. Alright, let's go ahead and dive in. So let's first talk about why YouTube is such a great place to host videos. Well, first of all, it's unlimited. You can put as many videos up there as possible. There's so many statistics of how many millions of hours of video are being uploaded every single day. We won't get into all of that, but essentially it's an unlimited access to get your video content out there to the world. But there are some serious downsides. If you want to sell a premium product, let's say you want to sell a $100 course on how to make better videos on YouTube, YouTube is generally said, the general advice is that you don't want to host that premium content on YouTube, and I'll show you why in this video. Essentially, you can very easily rip that video content off, request a refund, and keep access to the content even though you have not, given the money out for it. So in this video, I'm going to show you that reason why, the general reason why people say don't use YouTube for that type of premium content. And then I'll come across a tool that I found recently, and I'm giving it a trial. And on Income Mesh, I pride myself on helping you guys find the perfect tools for your next project. And video hosting is one of those things that can add up in price if you look at Wistia and Vimeo, some of the premium content providers. So before we dive into my workaround potential, I want to show you just briefly what you're looking at for Vimeo and Wistia when it comes to pricing for having protection here. And the reason why you get protection with Vimeo and Wistia is you have the ability to force that video to only be embedded on a specific page. And if that person, let's say, requests a refund, they can't keep those videos and watch those videos like you can with some of the YouTube content we'll show you in just a second. So here with Vimeo, you're looking at least $7 a month billed annually, or $20 a month. The difference here is how many gigabytes of data you can upload per week. And 5 gigs a week is not that much data, so you probably, if you're putting out a course and you're putting a lot of video content up at one time, you're probably going to need that pro package, which will kind of run you a pretty good price there. And then looking at Wistia, you've got free, but there's a 3 video limit. That's not going to last you very long. And then you're looking at the Pro, which is $99 per month. And the challenge here as well is I believe there's also a limit on how many downloads you can use, the amount of bandwidth you can generate here. I think we scroll down. But essentially, I'm going to show you a way that you can pay one fee and potentially, I'm not going to stake my brand on this. This is a first look at a potential workaround, and we'll kind of go from there. And I'll ask you guys in the comments, if you see any downsides of what I'm presenting, please let me know, because I'm not saying this is my utmost recommendation. This is just something that I think is interesting and I wanted to share with everybody. So I'm here in my Thrive Architect. I'm making a little sample post to show this. And let me first show you the reason why you don't want to use YouTube natively as your premium content, premium video host. So on my channel, I have a post called Thrive Leads on my blog. And essentially I have a bunch of little small tutorials throughout it, but it doesn't make sense for all these videos to be on my public YouTube channel because it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. And as you can see here, all those videos are listed as unlisted videos. That's in order to prevent people from finding it when they search on YouTube. But here's the problem. If I'm on this post and I'm watching one of the videos, or even if I'm not watching it, I can right click and copy the video URL. And if I go into any other browser and I put that URL in, I've instantly gotten access to that video content. So that's not a lot of protection if you're trying to host this and protect people from purchasing and refunding and keeping access to all your content. So if we were to imagine this was a paid course, they could simply go through, copy the video URL, go to Notepad, and we're talking about bad people here who are not being very honest. Like you don't want to do this because obviously people are trying to make an honest living online, but you could just go through and I want that video, I want this video, and look how quickly you're able to rip this off. And then you can do, so the lesson here is YouTube is not a good place if you want to keep the privacy of your content. Now let me show you a potential workaround. And I was just on Facebook the other day and I was hit with an ad for PressPlay 2. I knew nothing about this. I'm just kind of testing it out myself here, and I want to show you what this content is supposed to do. And if we look at the sales page for PressPlay, they kind of herald themselves as giving you additional control over your YouTube or Vimeo hosted content, where you can add, calls to actions, where you can put a button on the video itself. You can force people to share your content on Facebook, or I think it's just Facebook right now, to continue watching the video. You can even put in opt-in forms directly over the video content itself. And all that's really nice. But the main thing I wanted to see was, do they mask the URL of that video, and do they make it to where you can't just get right back into that video content on YouTube? And let me show you that I think it does that. And here's where I challenge you guys to find where this is not working. But what we're going to do is go into the paid dashboard area. I'll make a new video. It's under my little test video campaigns, and we'll call this hidden YouTube content. And we'll hit create. Okay, so now you're presented with just a generic spot. We'll go to parent video, and let me go back to that exact same video here. So this is an unlisted video on YouTube. I will copy that link address and go into, where to go? Go into PressPlay, and I'll paste it in. And so right now you can see you've got your video here, and let's just let it play. All right, so the video's there, all's good. Within here, you can do some additional cool things, like having an interaction, which would be where you put some buttons in, and you can have the button take them to different videos or different URLs or different pages altogether. So that'd be like, for example, if you get to a point where you ask them a question in the video, like, are you a man or are you a woman? You could put two buttons up there that says, I'm a man. And if they say I'm a man, take them to a specific spot, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not interested in that right now. Really, the benefit I want out of this tool is video hosting protection, or kind of piracy protection. If we go into lead capture form, you can also set up, you can upload the HTML form from your autoresponder. I have used this successfully with MailerLite. It worked just fine. And you can add people to groups or tags or forms at different parts of the video. So right now it's set up to be on end. So at the end of the video, you could be like, hey, do you want to get the next video right now versus waiting a day or two in the sequence? Go ahead and sign up. Or you could have it pop up at a certain time for them to continue on watching the video. Sharing gateways, call to actions, other things you can do. But again, the purpose of this is, could you use this for now hosting premium content? Let's take a look at the video behavior real quick. Auto start on page load, we'll say no. Make them start it. It's annoying when videos start immediately. Resume where viewer left off. This is actually very interesting. So if they've watched the video up to a particular point, and then they leave the window, this is a cookie enabled, I believe is how they're doing this, and you can go right back to where you left off the next time you load the video, which is nice. You can also do password protection, but that's also not very, once if there's a password to the video content, once they get the password, there's no additional protection there. So don't worry too much about that one. So as you can see, when I pause the video, I do clearly see this is a YouTube video. I've got my YouTube channel thumbnail. I've got more videos recommended there. And so we'll see. Now let's go ahead and save and publish this video. And I'll select the responsive size so it fills up the container that it's in. And I'll copy that embed code. Now let's go back to this Thrive Architect area. And I'm going to add in some HTML. And I'll paste in that code and hit save. All right, so it says no preview available, but that's okay. It's saving. Let me go ahead and preview it and see if I'll be able to see this video. Okay, so here's the video. Kind of interesting. It looks like it didn't fill up the entire window there, which that's the first time that's ever happened. But if I hit play, I'm playing the video. I'll click for sound, but I have my computer on mute here. Okay, so it plays. The real question is, can I get back to the YouTube video itself, the root of the video? So the easiest thing to do is right-click. And unlike on YouTube, where it would show you copy URL, this gives you like a standard right-click set of options. Even further, if I click on this more videos, it doesn't link. So this is almost like there's a barrier or a mask over the YouTube interface. I can't even go to the watch later or share buttons. They've done a pretty decent job of keeping this content specifically here on this page. So let's do the other way of finding video content, which is to inspect the page source. And let me first add a regular YouTube video into this so you can see what that looks like. I'll do this by going to my other post, and I'll do inspect page source. Make this full screen. And so now if I search for youtube.com/, you can see all the videos that are in the blog post. You can get the URLs right there from the page source as well. You don't even need to right click on the videos. You just go and look for all the different YouTube videos that are embedded in this blog post. So this is without doing any of the hiding that PressPlay can offer. So now let me go to this example, which was the PressPlay embed, and do the same thing. I'll go to inspect, and this is probably the easier way to do it. And when I inspect this wrapper here, let me find the right spot. That's the end of the wrapper. Let's go to the full-blown page source. And I'll look for YouTube again. And I'll see that's the title of the page. I'm looking for an actual YouTube URL. And I don't see it. What I do see is right here. So this is the section of the video that actually has the video playing. And you can see here when it says source, normally this is where you would see youtube.com. Here it actually has Amazon AWS /PressPlay, which is the tool that we're using, / this is the ID of it, and outer.javascript. So if I click on this, it won't bring the video up. So to me, this looks like a pretty solid option to take premium content, upload it to YouTube, list it as unlisted, and then embed it into your pages using PressPlay. It might be all you need. I'll also do a test on mobile, and I will let you know if that works as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish this page. So this page is saved. Get out of it, and I'll publish it. And I'll pause the video real quick, and I'll do the exact same thing on mobile, and I'll come back once I have it pulled up. All right, so I apologize for this being a little ghetto. This isn't normally my style, but I don't do videos on my iPhone that often. So here I've pulled up the published blog post on my iPhone, and if I tap on the video, which I'll try my best to do, there it goes. So you can see it's playing in the normal, like any YouTube video would play like this. You can see some of your controls, but if I were to get off of it and let's say hold down, I don't get the option to copy the URL or do any of the things that you would normally be able to do with a YouTube embedded video on your blog page. So to me, this looks like a pretty solid option. And it also kind of begs the question, could this be even better than using Vimeo and Wistia for the reason of growing the engagement on your YouTube channel? Because this would still count as views and as minutes watched for your overall YouTube channel, even though it's unlisted video content. So it might be worth a shot. If you're interested in checking it out, you can go ahead and go to incomemesh.com/pressplay. There'll be a link in the description below. And just let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Am I missing something? One thing I'll tell you is I'll honestly not recommend that you use it for the lead capture and for the social shares and all the other engagements that are there, for the simple reason that it doesn't work very well on mobile. Mobile phones, they have different interfaces. This is clearly a desktop first designed platform, and it works really cool if you get to like second 45 and let's say you enable it to capture a lead at that point. You've got them ready for the solution, and in order to get the solution, they need to put their information in. That works really well on desktop, but then you try to get to it on mobile, and as soon as you click the video, it goes full screen and you get to 45 seconds, but on the non-full screen version, it'll have a lead capture that you can't interact with on your phone. So don't use it for that. It's really there to be able to get you lifetime, I guess you would say. It's a one-time fee product. I paid $67 for it, and it's a lifetime access to unlimited video hosting. To me, it seems like a no-brainer, but I'm curious if I'm missing something. So go ahead and leave a comment in the description, in the comments area below. If you like these little finds, these little first impression looks at products. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified when I find something new like this, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Take care.